Hey, Nana. Hey, everybody. I'm just pinning our conversation real quick. Oh, yay. Okay. Jeffrey, I see you're here. Just request to join the chat and then we can get started. Let's see. View request. Oh, here we go. Oh, perfect. Should be connecting at any second.
Hey,
Hi. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Jeffrey. How are you? This is
good. How are you
perfect.
doing?
Good, thanks. So, everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today for our special Lunch and Learn with our Spring Buy One, Give One Soap Drive recipient, which is the Partnership Against Domestic Violence here in Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Tiana Singletary, also known as T and BUT Bath and Body. And this is our second one, our second semi-annual soap drive that we did. And this one was done in March in conjunction with Women's Month. So today we have Jeffrey Brown with us, who is with the Partnership Against
Yes,
Domestic Violence. And we just want to welcome you and say it's good to put a face with a name. We've been emailing back and
I
forth.
know, right?
So it's good to see you, and thank you so much for joining me today.
I'm excited. I will say, Miss underscore MBA to you. She said she needs a shirt.
Oh,
I'm gonna I'm gonna assume she's talking about your shirt, and not
no. Okay.
as much as I love my shirt. I'm
No.
assuming she's talking about your shirt.
I guess I got to start pressing these things out then. I just had one made.
Yes, she wants your shirt, so we need to crank some of these things out.
Perfect. I will get that to you then. Thanks so much for bringing that to my attention.
Hey man, I gotta help. We gotta grow the business, man. Gotta grow the business.
Exactly. The more we grow, the more we're able to help out. So
No,
that's
and I mean,
awesome.
I'm truthful, man. I'm super excited because here you are, small business entrepreneur, and your go-to is to reach back and help survivors of domestic violence. Like that's so dope, and super awesome. So we appreciate you for your support.
Oh, thank you so much. That's the whole purpose of doing this.
Yeah. I mean, if
Right.
you're gonna make her shirt, can I buy one as well? I mean,
Of course.
okay.
Please
I just
listen.
didn't want you to make one more shirt, right? If you're
I
gonna
know.
make
Well, now I
her
guess I
one, the
gotta put those
least you
into
can do,
production.
let me get one too. Or at least I will buy one. I'll buy one. I'll support the business.
Thank you. Listen, after this, I will give you one. We'll just
No. This is not a
bad business,
giveaway
huh?
thing. Like, we got to sew into each other, man. So if I can support your hustle and
Yes.
support your business, I will be more than happy to do so.
Oh, thank you so much, Jeffrey. All right, well, since you're already into it, just if you could just give us a little intro about yourself and
Yeah.
Partnership Against Domestic Violence.
So, Jeff Brown, I'm the Vice President of Development and Marketing for Partnership Against Domestic Violence. Honestly, since COVID hit, I have looked for opportunities to do this. Like I love sharing, and this gives us an awesome space to just really take our message to people who may need it, right? And
Yes.
so, Partnership Against Domestic Violence started out as an all volunteer agency, I think in '77. And then we've just grown since then. And so we serve primarily women, children, and men. Sexual orientation doesn't matter. We want to make sure that we are helping get people out of those violent situations, whether you live in Gwinnett or Fulton County. But we service women all over the place, right? So don't feel like you have to, or service women, men, and children all over the place. So don't feel like you have to live in Gwinnett or Fulton County to receive service. And all of our services are free. So that's really the main point of all this.
That's perfect. So what is the overall, I guess, demographic
Mhm.
that you serve? Like,
Yeah, so just like generally in domestic violence, 85% of the survivors are women, the other 15 are men. And so our statistics skew a little bit further than that. The vast majority of the people that we see in our largest program, which is our shelter services program, the vast majority of those are women and children. So yeah, and it's split about 50-50. So between 50% of our clients are women and the other 50% are kids. But we do, again, sprinkle in some men as well here or there. And our shelter services make up the largest percentage of those who we serve. But you don't ever have to come into shelter to receive services from Partnership Against Domestic Violence. You can come to our support groups. You can, if you have a teen that's struggling with unhealthy relationships, you can call us and we can have conversations about healthy relationships with your teenager or with you. It doesn't, I mean, so yeah, so you don't even have to really ever come into shelter to receive service.
Sure.
There are so many services that we offer the community free of charge that there's a whole myriad of things that you can participate in.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
I've heard of like the teen dating
Mm-hmm.
incidents, but I never really thought about offering services for
Mm-hmm.
doing so. So do you see a lot of people taking advantage of that, or does the public know that that's a service that's offered?
So what we traditionally do from the teen perspective is COVID kind of threw all this out the window, right?
Right.
But traditionally, we would go out into the community to churches and schools and wherever there's a group of kids or a group of adults who kind of wanted to learn more, we would offer that service. So we
Mm-hmm.
partner with a lot of schools to bring that healthy dating relationships curriculum to schools. But we will also bring it to church groups or youth groups or mentoring organizations. Anywhere there are teens or youth serving adults, we are more than welcome to bring that. And now we'll do it virtually. Hopefully we can get the world open back up really
Sure.
quickly, so we can bring that back to in person, because that's one of those things that we feel like, in order for us as an organization to accomplish our mission to end the crime of intimate partner violence and empower survivors, we have to educate people on what a healthy relationship looks like.
Okay.
And what we know is that it doesn't matter. A kid can grow up in a two-parent home where they see mom and dad love each other and still end up in an unhealthy relationship, right? So we have to educate everybody on what a truly healthy, open relationship looks like.
Sure, definitely. So you touched on COVID a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So how has that, or this whole entire pandemic, affected your ability to serve people and serve the
You
public?
know, it's been interesting, right? When COVID first hit, we saw a drastic decrease in the amount of people who were even reaching out for services to come into shelter. And what we found out is that a lot of abusers were telling their significant other, their victim, or their loved one, if that's what we're going to use. Do
Mm.
you really want to go out in COVID and take our kids to this
Uh,
unknown place? And so
sure,
they were literally making people fearful of the environment. And so what we had to do from an organization standpoint is just help educate the population on, hey, we're still here. We're still open. We're 24 hours a day, but here are
sure,
also the safety precautions that we're taking to keep you and your family safe when you make that decision to leave. Here's what we're
sure,
doing as an organization to keep you safe. And it was things like, we were putting families in hotels for 14 days, just to make sure that they were symptom free. And we're still actually doing that, just to make sure that, hey, you can trust the fact that everybody that's in our shelter is symptom free. And as an organization, we're, if you were working in shelter, we weren't requiring that you get tested. It was because we can't require it. But what we were doing is strongly suggesting that even our staff get tested regularly. We minimized the amount of staff. We ended no volunteers could come into the shelters, because it was about how can we keep the women and children and men that are in our shelter the safest as possible. When school started back, we bought computers for all the kids who were in shelter. Whether you were in shelter or in our supportive housing program,
mm,
which is our apartments that we were helping people get in the community, all of those kids had computers. If mom needed a computer to work remotely, we gave her a computer. And so we were just doing a lot of awareness driving to show the community that, yes, even though COVID's here, these are
mm,
all of the things that we're doing to keep you safe, so you
sure,
don't have to stay in a violent situation. Because we saw just from police reports and talking to officers, domestic violence calls were up to them,
yeah.
but they weren't up to us. And so, there was some messaging that we had to get out there as an organization to let people know that we were safe.
Yeah, because you did hear about the incidents rising, but I didn't realize it
Hmm.
wasn't translating into you all
Exactly.
seeing the people come in.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
interesting. So
Yep.
is there a maximum amount of days that someone can stay with you all, or
That is an awesome question. So we are classified as an emergency shelter.
Okay.
And that's just the government's way of saying, hey, we would like your clients to stay no more than 90 days. Now,
Mm,
there's caveats to that, right? Our average length of stay is 90 days because typically people find their way to safe and supportive housing through our program pre 90 days. But if there's an extenuating circumstance, like, hey, I have an apartment or I have a place to go, but it's not going to be ready for a month. Okay, fine. Like, we're not kicking anybody out on the street when they hit the 90-day mark.
sure.
What that allows us to do 90 days is set benchmark goals for our clients so that we can say, hey, our goal for you is to help you find housing in 90 days so that you don't feel like this is the place that you have to stay. But we've had clients that stay longer, right? If we're helping, we help immigrants as well, right? And so if we're helping somebody get documentation, then that may take a little bit longer. We helped a gentleman who was a victim of domestic violence by his girlfriend and her family. We had to replace all of his documents. Everything that said that child was his was still at the house. And so, the abuser and her family, they wouldn't let us back. They wouldn't let him back in the house to get any of those documents. And so we had to help him replace everything from his birth certificate to hers, to his daughter's, help him find a job. So his process took a little bit more than 90 days. And so again, it's not about, I think the 90-day mark is just to say, hey, this is kind of the goal. But at the end of the day, ultimately, what we want to do is help you get to your safe and stable location. And if that takes 90, great. If it takes 120, that's fine. We had a survivor, and she was an undocumented immigrant, so it took her a little bit longer. But I think she was with us about 6 months. And again, it was because we had to, paperwork had to be filed, and she was helping. She was the victim, but she was undocumented, but her abuser was a citizen, and so she was helping the police kind of build that investigation to get him arrested. So that again, so she had to stay close and stay with us through the duration of that trial and that experience. So again, there's always a reason, and I think what I want people to know is, if you're with us, you're with us. We're not going to kick you on the street at day 91, right? So as long as we're progressing towards a goal, you got us and we're with you.
Sure. Oh, that's so great to know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'll give you a little bit more information on the
I'm here. You talk to me as long as you want to.
So, no, I'm on my lunch break. So I am a research scientist by trade, right?
Okay.
So back in 2013, I actually started making my own personal body care products.
Awesome.
And in 2015, I started making soap. But for me, it was more of a hobby up until like 2018, 2019. I kind of went through this life-changing event. And I actually, when I was 3 years old, I witnessed a domestic violence incident. And so I decided I wanted to start volunteering at a domestic violence center here in Atlanta. But one thing I noticed was that my timing wasn't really allowing for me to do the type of work that I wanted to. And so I thought, oh, hey, like, I'm making these products already. Why don't we just kind of marry the two? And it really became more of a purpose, passion project for me at that point, as opposed to a hobby. Like I went to turn it into an actual business. And so everything that I do is designed with like the survivors in mind and them going through their transition. Like you can see the little smiley face in the company logo, right? It's so I want to bring a smile to the faces of everyone as they transition through life, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, but I'm glad you said about the servicing men as well, because a lot of us automatically think that it's just women and children that are in these centers, but there's also, like you were saying, a population of men. So that may be the impetus that I need to kind of get this men's line up and running, just so they don't feel left out getting all this girly stuff.
Well, I mean, and honestly, one of the things that we see that we need a lot of is products that cater towards Black women as well. Because, when people think about, I'm just going to donate shampoo, right? So I'm just going to go and grab Suave, right? But the reality is a lot of our sisters that are living with us,
And
that's
not
not the hair
using
care
them
products that they need,
right at
right?
all.
And
Right.
so we always are encouraging people who donate in kind to us to think about, yes, will we take Suave? Will we take those things? No
Mm-hmm.
bad towards Suave or any products that are just
Sure.
traditional. But some of our Black women need or want products that more cater to to
Sure.
their skin or to their hair. And
Mm-hmm.
so we are always looking for people like yourself who want to donate things that really cater towards the Black woman or to her hair or to her skincare needs. So we love it and we appreciate you for going that route for us.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Again, that's what I'm here for. That's what this whole company is for. Yeah, because like you were saying, a lot of times people just think, okay, I'll just go ahead
Mhm.
and just go to the dollar store and get a couple of things.
Right.
But like the soaps and the products that I make, they're all handcrafted,
Exactly.
vegan, extremely luxury line. You know, I wanted
Hmm.
to give something that was like you're top of mind, you are worth it, you're worthy, you know,
Hmm.
you give you the best things that we have out here, to let you know that you're supported in what you're going through.
Exactly. And the good
So
thing about all of this, honestly, is when a lot of people think about what to donate, is
mm,
we honestly don't have storage for, a lot of people travel for work and they're like, oh, okay, cool. I have all of these travel soaps, right? In your mind, you think, oh, that's great. But as an organization, we're like, it's harder for us to store those small mini size things. And so it's easier for us to say, hey, mom, or hey, dad, as they move into, I'll say moms because most of our clients are moms, but
mm-hmm,
hey, here's a full size bottle of soap. Here's a full
sure.
size bottle of shampoo because you're with us for so long. It just makes the process so much easier on them. And again, we're talking about giving families back their independence. If they
Mm,
have to come to us every week or every other day and say, hey, I used all the soap, are we
sure.
really giving them back their independence? Right. And so that's what we're talking about. So,
Oh my god, that's amazing. I never even thought about that.
mhm,
Because I guess, yeah, that's why I was asking about the amount of time that they're
mhm.
able to stay with you. Yeah,
Yeah,
because 90 days at that point, you're going through like 6 bars of soap, like handcrafted.
exactly.
So
And
that's
but your luxury line is so amazing to us because what we're talking about again is giving women that sense of joy and pride, right?
mm-hmm.
And just to hand them that, I'm African American male, handing somebody that liquidy cocoa butter that's at the bottom of the shelf, right? Like,
Right.
what does
Doesn't
that
do
say?
anything, right?
What exactly? So we're trying to rebuild this whole process from the day you check in to the day you leave. It's all about how do we rebuild and how do we build up this person whose self-esteem has been shattered and trashed, right?
Exactly.
And
Right.
so these little things like, a bar of soap that's luxury or that's made with love and care, that means so much. And it's like to somebody else, they're like, oh, it's just soap. But think about somebody who's been put down for their
Mm-hmm.
entire relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what does that say to them when they get to just take that hour, that 15 minutes to themselves just to wash up in something that makes them feel beautiful and loved again? Like that's that little thing that kind of just does a little extra.
Sure. Well, I want to take this time personally to thank everyone who participated in our spring buy one give one soap drive. It happened the last 2 weeks of March this spring. So for every 1 bar of soap that was purchased during that time period, the other bar was donated to Partnership Against Domestic Violence. So I just want to say
Yeah.
thank you. We were able to donate 70 bars this time, and then our next one will be held in October, which is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So
Yep.
please be on the lookout for that one as well, everyone. Is there anything else how else can we help? How else can we
Yeah.
support? What other things do you need for this?
You, I would think ironically, right now, the thing that we're asking for, I just had this conversation with our vice president of shelter and supportive housing the other day.
Mm-hmm.
What we're seeing a lot of right now are kids that are, when you come in the shelter, you're coming out of trauma. And so you could be a teenager or an older kid, but because you're traumatized, you're reverting back to
Mm-hmm.
an earlier time developmentally. And so we have kids that are now in shelter that are wetting the bed, and they would not have done that earlier. And so right now we're asking for people to donate kind of some larger night pants or bigger size diapers.
Oh,
You can go to our website, padv.org, and I think you click support, and we have a list of in-kind donations that we have right now. But we're always looking for shampoos and conditioners, things like that, because that's something we go through a lot.
sure.
But obviously, soap is always a good thing. But I'd say the best thing right now is just visit our website, padv.org. We keep a running list of all the things that we have going on. But
Sure.
then our next event, if you want, you could always, thank you for throwing that up there. Our next event is actually going to be a networking event where people can actually come out and just learn more about PADV. And if you're in the Atlanta area, you can, it's going to be at, gosh, what's the name? It's a brewery on the Beltline.
Beltline.
I know it's on the Beltline and I forgot. I apologize. It's on the Beltline. And yes, I would love for you to come. Please come. I'll make sure I email it to you when we get
Yes,
done
please
today.
do.
But just visit our website. Anyway, I'm forgetting the location, but it's on the Beltline. Visit our website,
I'll post it.
padv.org. Follow us on all social media at PADV Atlanta. And I'm the one that runs that as well. So we keep that up to date with everything that's going on
Okay.
for the
Oh,
organization.
that's good to know. Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Everyone's saying they learned so much from you. That's very
Well,
interesting.
let's do
I
this
learned so
again.
much.
Whenever you want to do it, I'm all in. I am all in to come and
Oh,
spread the word.
definitely.
So
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I would love to do something like on a monthly basis where I just, I'm able to continue to share with our
yeah,
audience, so we're always learning and able to spread the word and tell others, because you never know who's in need or may just, may know someone else so they could share their
exactly,
information as well.
exactly. So you
So,
let me know whatever you need. You have my email. My cell number is attached to that as well. So whatever you need, feel free to call me. And if they need anything from me, you just email me quickly at info@padv.org. That's the fastest way to get to me, info@padv.org. Or Jeffrey, JEFFREY.Brown@PADV.org as well. So either one, I respond to both of those email addresses.
all righty. Get one up. Okay, that's one.
Let me give you the other one. Jeffrey,
Uh-huh.
JEFFREY
Mm-hmm.
Brown
That
at
round.
PADV.org.
At PATV. I don't know how people do this at the same time when they're doing
You know
this.
what? Normally, see, that's why I'm probably more of a Facebook Live person because I can
Yeah.
do that from my computer and I have access to
Ah,
my keyboard. But no, I
yeah.
love IG. It's pretty cool. I did another IG Live a couple days ago, and so
Okay.
now I'm starting to kind of fall in love with it. So
I
I
was
see how
considering
people love to do this. So
I was considering Facebook, but most of my audience is on Instagram, so it should
let's
be
keep it simple. Keep it
yeah.
simple.
Right. I'm like, you know me, I know you. Let's go. Well,
So,
thank you so
hey,
much, Jeffrey. Is there anything else that you want to let us know about? Any other events?
no, I mean, I would say the big thing. Yes, I am the fund development. I'm the money guy, but I also want to make sure I always end with letting people know that if they know somebody that is a victim of domestic violence, they need you, right? And
Yes.
on average, it takes a survivor 7 to 8 times to stay gone from a domestic violence relationship. And so, if you're a friend or a family member, just constantly be that. So check in. Like don't turn them away. If they tell you they're leaving and they go back,
Yeah.
it's
Just
gonna happen. Stay by
yeah.
their side. They need you. They really, really do. And if our organization can be of any service to you, reach out. Again, shoot us an email, info@padv.org. If you message us on Facebook, I respond to that as well. So if you need us, if you are in dire need of us there, our crisis line is on our website. Everything is 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And so we are always here for survivors, no matter the season. So we need your support as a community, and survivors need you as well. So thank you.
Well, with that, there's no more to say. Thank you so much, Jeff, for joining me today. This was
Of course.
extremely informative, and I look forward to working with you all again.
Definitely. I'm excited. Let us know. I heard you say you wanted to do something in October. Let us know how we can be a part of that. If we can help hub that for you in September-ish. But yes, let's go back and forth via email because I would love to have you and any of your guests that want to come and visit with us at our May event. It's on our website, and I'll make sure I'll shoot that to you in an email.
Yes, please do. Please
Yeah.
do. Okay. Well,
So,
thank you so much, Jeff. And everyone, have a beautiful day. I will talk to you all
beautiful day.
later.
There you go. Love it.
Bye.
Hey, you have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
All right,
Bye.
bye.